Welcome, welcome. This is the Nintendo DS Lite. And as you can see, the hinge is broken off. So I will show you how to fix that by replacing the shell. There are two different kind of screws. Both regular Phillips head screws and also a screw called tri-wing screw. And the screws are in different sizes, so be sure you know which screw goes where when gonna put it back together again. You have to lift off these rubber pads to be able to get to some hidden screws underneath. You have to use a tiny bit of force to be able to pry it open, but don't overdo it so you destroy something with your awesome power. Lift up the cables for the Wi-Fi and the microphone. Open up the lock for the ribbon cable. I'm using metal here. That's a bad idea. You can hurt the ribbon cable. It's better to use your nail or something plastic. Gently pull out the cable underneath the cartridge slot. Some more rubber pads for you to pull up. More hidden screws. To get the top to come off, you have to grab it and pull it like so, and it comes apart. Just a gentle pressure here on the screen to get it to come loose from the shell. Continue by dragging out the cables. The ribbon cable is a bit more tricky. You have to get it right in the thin slot there and be careful and you will get it out. And then it's time to get it through this cylinder. You roll it up and push it through. I'm removing the pink plastics from the display. I mean, pink is nice, but the new shell is gold, so we'll go with gold on this one. Adding new double-sided tape. By placing the screen first in the top part of the shelf, it's easier to align the new frame on the display so it fits perfectly. Put in the cylinder on the hinge thingy. And and then roll up the cable again and try to push it through. It's harder to get through than out. In than out, I don't know. It's harder anyway. Go gentle and you will be able to get it finally. Don't forget to put back the microphone. You'll want the DS to pick up your beautiful singing voice. There's a small space for the cables to go down, so they'll flop around in the top. Place them down there. To get the top part on, you do the same thing as you took it off, but of course in reverse order. Put it down and then you press it shut again. Slide it shut. Add the hinge from the other shell. Bloop. If you start by threading through the microphone cable and Wi-Fi cable first before pushing through the ribbon cable, will be easier. And another thing, I recommend using all the original screws because the aftermarket screws are very low quality and yeah, don't use them. Each button has a unique design, so it can only fit in the slot it's supposed to go into. You can't mess that up. This is also a very good opportunity to clean these rubber pads. Just use a Q-tip and some isopropyl alcohol and rub them a bit. This is the same procedure as before, but with the bottom half. Find it easier if you take your index finger and press down the ribbon cable against the shell and then try and fit it in the lock mechanism. Just flip it. I mean, this part could be a pain. You have to thread the Wi-Fi cable underneath the cartridge slot again. But I find if you keep the cable really straight and then go very gently, it should slide through. With a bit of luck, of course. And we're through. My microphone cable kept flopping around, so I just put a little drop of super glue to keep it in place. And after that, don't forget to screw back your board. I don't show any video of it, but don't forget any screws. And then it's just a simple matter of putting on the backside. Or is it? This is where I started to have some problems because the backside won't fit. I had to trim this corner because it was scraping into the cartridge slot, I think. To get the L and R buttons in, you have to put some tension on the spring and place it behind the plastic thingy. The new backside didn't fit, even though I trimmed it. So I'm trying with the old backside and it still doesn't fit. And then replace the L and R buttons to the old ones also. And as you can see now it fits perfectly. No issues there. I mean, just these aftermarket shells are, aren't great, and probably cost me about an hour just to trying to get the backside to fit. It's a huge waste of time. And it wasn't a cheap knockoff shell either. It was one of those bigger brands of Amazon, and nope, I'm very, very dissatisfied with that. So my recommendation is that if you can, replace the shell with another original shell and not an aftermarket one. I hope this video helped you out some way, somehow, somewhere. Please leave a like and a subscribe. It really helps out and it keeps me motivated to keep doing videos. But it's working, and here it is, my Frankenstein Nintendo DS Lite. The hinge works now, so success.